So I gotta say, regardless of the external factors that play into this whole melodrama between Teofimo Lopez Jr. and Devin Haney, with Teofimo Lopez Sr. trying to take center stage and Bill Haney, of course, getting involved. What I mean is the political implications of what Teofimo Lopez said in regards to the N-word. I think as a promotional marketing tool, Matchroom that put this video out, it's about 5.5 minutes long. Okay, they've done a fantastic job in the way they put it together. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a lot of noise, a lot of rabble noise, and a lot of, incoherent bullshit. He said, she said, and a lot of woofing, punk fating, and all that. But I suppose it really comes down to body language. And I gotta be honest, I'm not too sure about the body language of Teofimo Lopez. His utterances, I think he's trying to give off the air of confidence, because he's in the mix of a group of people that look like him. And that's ultimately why he had to go as far as to use the N-word in the first place. Now, in as much as the N-word is concerned, I just put it out. Now, let's just watch a bit of it before I actually get to that. Let's watch a bit of what went down. Okay? That smile in itself, okay, that sort of hideous sort of look on his face is trying to communicate this sort of nonchalant approach, like, I don't care. But I feel as the conversation drags on, you can see his demeanor change from that sort of easy, yeah, look, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying, to getting very animated. And his father is just very off-putting, a very off-putting man. Keeps on talking with that horrendous voice of his that you don't really want to be around. It's like listening to cats scratching a board or some shit. But you know what? Let's listen in to some of it. Ultimately, regardless of my criticism of the players, and people have criticism for, I probably would have been fair and criticized Devin Haney, but I feel that there's enough out there going against Devin Haney in favor of Teofimo Lopez for me to say, like, listen, I'm not criticizing Devin Haney here. There's way too much one-sided bullshit in favor of Teofimo Lopez, and I'm not buying it. And the only thing that people want to really concentrate on is the fact that this guy said nigger, the N-word with an A, and we'll talk about that. But let's watch some of it in regards to the video itself that was put together by Matchroom. So the guy asked him straight up, "What's funny? Ain't nothing funny." He's like, "Hey, y'all fake it till y'all make it. Y'all fake it till y'all make it."
What y'all do, man? Y'all don't want to fight. Y'all don't want to.
We don't want to fight. We can make it happen.
We can make it happen. We can definitely make it happen.
You're on the zone.
Why do you don't talk that? My thing is like, yo, y'all do all this, but y'all don't really want to fight.
They've said they want to fight. You're the one who said this is the thing I don't understand. You're the one who said you don't want to fight the guy, and yet you make it sound like they're the ones who don't want to. And it's because of this obscure meeting that supposedly Bob Arum, we don't know the details of that meeting anyway. You know what I mean? And why would you have a meeting before you fought Cambosos? I don't understand that, but moving on. Let's see.
What you gonna do? Can we do it right here on the zone?
Yo, we can do it anywhere.
You here? We can do it
ESPN, the zone, it don't matter.
Anywhere.
It don't
right
matter.
Here on the zone. We right here.
Yo, y'all definitely be on that, man. That don't mean.
So the zone is becoming a factor because of the fact that Triller couldn't deliver on the Cambosos promises they made. So it's, everybody's at the zone. This is at the Mikey fight in Fresno. So majority of the people there, because of the Mikey fight and it's Fresno, are Hispanic. So there's added pressure on Teofimo Lopez as well, because he cannot afford to look like a punk in front of his own people that look like him. All right? I think the people who are really handling things well are the minority, the black people in there. Bill Haney and Devin Haney. So you got to give them some credit. Because Teofimo Lopez is in a comfort zone. And it's because he was in that comfort zone, he went all Brooklyn and started saying the N-word.
When you finish with Campo,
y'all hold that belt. I'm surprised y'all ain't bring it today.
I guarantee
I'm
you come
surprised
out
y'all
and
ain't
you
bring
fight
it
in
today.
fucking January. Let's do that. We gonna fight
Right back to back.
We gonna fight in the zone.
Look at y'all. Look at y'all. What you
Are
talking
ready?
about?
That's easy.
Yo, I'm definitely on, man. I eat you, bro. I eat you. I'm hungry. I eat with my motherfucking hands. I eat with my motherfucking hands.
Are we doing it or
I
not?
eat with my motherfucking hands.
Doing it or not?
No. I just want to let him know. I just want to let them know what I'm all about. I just want to know what's up.
Let's make it
You
happen.
don't want to do
that shit.
it. You don't want to do it.
You see, this body language here and everything, he's super confident because if you look around, everybody in there looks like him. It's as simple as that. That's why his body language is that aggressive. Because he's in a comfort zone. And most likely he knows nothing's going to go down like that. You know what I mean? But, like I said, he also has pressure on him not to appear like a punk. Because he knows the cameras are there. You know what I mean? He has no other option available to him. This guy, he just stands his ground and looks him right in his face. You can't necessarily hear what he's saying, so it would sort of suggest that Teofimo Lopez is speaking loud for everybody to hear, much louder than Devin Haney is speaking, even though Devin Haney is closer to the camera than Teofimo Lopez is.
Because I ain't pussy, nigga. Never been. Not on my blood. Never been, bro. I'm from nigga. Yo, you been fat from a silver spoon your whole life. I know that shit.
So, in all honesty, I don't know who said nigger first, but it doesn't really matter, to be honest with you. Now, let's talk about the nigger thing. They say that if you come from New York, a lot of Hispanic people use the word nigger. But here's the thing, all right? What you find is that you cannot necessarily transfer that around the world and see somebody from Africa, from California, from Brazil, from Colombia, who's black, and then be Hispanic and start calling them nigger. Somebody from South Africa and calling them nigger. The truth of the matter is Hispanics feel that they have this pass because maybe they come from New York. They can say nigger, and that would be okay if they use nigger the way black people use nigger. A black person who really is from New York and uses nigger to that extent will call somebody like Usyk a nigga, say, "Yo, that nigga can fight, man. I ain't fucking with that nigga. That nigga real." Or like say something to Tyson Fury, say, "Yo, that's my nigga right there." You understand me? What you find is that with people like Teofimo Lopez or somebody else who might use nigga on YouTube here, who likes to use it profanely, let's just use it proficiently and profanely to the extent that they do, they only use it in at specific times when they're probably beefing with somebody black or somebody of color. They never say it to anybody white. They never say it to their friends, to their white friends. Okay? They never say it to their white friends. They only say what I mean is this, that they only say the word nigger in vain. But a black person will say, "Yo, that's my nigga. I love that nigga." But Hispanics never do that. They only say it. Okay, and that goes for the guy who uses it a lot here and feels like he has a justification to use it on YouTube here a lot. You notice that whenever he says nigger, it's in the midst of him trying to have a go at somebody or talk shit at somebody and be nasty to somebody or talking crap at somebody or beefing with somebody. You know what I mean? That's when the nigger comes flowing out, nigger, and believes that he's not black, but he can say nigger because he comes from New York City. Yet, whenever you see him with it, and you see him a lot of times with a whole bunch of white people, he never refers to those people as niggers. He might talk to other people as niggers only when he's talking shit at them. When he's talking shit at black people in front of those white people, he will use nigger as if that's his special privilege and sort of endears him to those white people as well. So we know how it all works. In the case of Teofimo Lopez, though, Teofimo Lopez is a bit different because Teofimo Lopez is a bit like Fat Joe. Fat Joe uses the term nigger a lot too, but he's from New York. Fat Joe's from that hip hop generation. But the thing about Fat Joe was like, Fat Joe was criticized for not even really hanging around black people as such. Most of his crew were Hispanic Cubans and so on and so forth, you know what I'm saying? Latins, you know what I mean? But he had Remy, you know what I'm saying? Remy Ma, and she shoots people. But so, he was around black people a lot. He was around black culture a lot. He was around black hip hop a lot, around Big Pun a lot. But for the most part, in all honesty, if you go back and watch the videos, one of the criticisms that they had of Fat Joe was that he doesn't really hang around niggas. He didn't really like niggas. There's always Latin people around, and he doesn't speak Spanish. But he would use nigger, and he believed that he was entitled to use nigger. You know what I'm saying? And nobody really challenged him on it because, like, at the end of the day, it's a New York thing. But when you leave that New York arena and start talking nigger to people who don't come from that area, then obviously you expect to be challenged for it and people to call you out on it. And especially when you start getting a bit older, you understand me? You should know better. But there's certain people, of course, who are not going to grow up. So let's listen to a little bit more.
Sign the fucking contract. Nobody, bro. What contract? What happened to the meeting with Bob? 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 Exactly. What happened to the meeting? When do you invite anybody? What the fuck? We got protest meetings. Win. You know that. Win. Man, we ready, bro. You know when they calling you out. On everything. Anytime. Come on, man.
So you can see that, you see, he's shouting because he wants everybody to hear. So, and they're getting on his side and they start chanting his name. But that's more or less why he was chanting anyway. That's why, more or less, why he's shouting anyway. You know what I'm saying? Bringing attention to him. Like, yeah, I'm giving these people the works and stuff. Obviously, some of his sycophants, one particular guy who's a sycophant, I wouldn't say some, there's one guy who's a sycophant of Teofimo Lopez. He's having orgasms about this whole thing already, and he's putting his own spin on it. But, you know, I suppose I think in a different environment, Teofimo Lopez would have acted differently. That's what I'm saying.
Come on, man.
Excuse me. Let me finish. Excuse me, let me finish.
I ain't pushing. Nah, bro. Never been. Never. Never been.
He was a manual check on it.
I check with your father because he the boss.
No, he's the boss. Shake on it with him.
I run my
Shake on it with him.
I run my company.
He runs it. He runs it. Shake on it.
You ain't running shit, bro. Come on, bro. We run shit, bro. You ain't got no partnership with nobody. We got partnership with people. I know what you talking about. Who you with? I know this shit. This shit is whack. This shit right here is whack.
After Camboso,
bro.
he shook on it.
You see it.
After Camboso,
We'll fucking thank you. We'll take on that shit. That's crazy.
you handle your business with Camboso.
Back it up, back it up.
Let's do this shit. Watch this shit.
What?
When I knock this nigga out, watch this shit. How y'all gonna
I don't want you guys stepping up to us after we fucking knock your ass out.
All right.
So, you know, I went on the page and that's really what got a few Hispanics excited. The fact that he said, when I knocked this nigga out, you could see them sort of repeating that with the laughing emoji. They loved it. They loved the fact that he said it. You know what I mean? When I knocked this nigga out, because they hate niggas. They hate black people. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. They will take from their black people, but they fucking hate black people with a passion. I'm not saying Teofimo Lopez does though. Teofimo Lopez is just acting the part because he's in that situation. I do honestly believe that Teofimo Lopez has a good heart. I do. I think his father's fucking garbage. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I do believe that Teofimo Lopez is a good person. I honestly believe that. I don't know why. I think I can probably tell, but he's in a difficult spot here. He doesn't like the pressure that these people are putting on him, and he's got to make it seem as if, like, you know, these people, they're full of shit. And he's been quite successful in the environment that he's in at doing it.
Yeah, of course we gonna put them on the line, motherfucker. I want, and we putting shit that's real.
Why is Teofimo Lopez Sr. calling Devin Haney, you know, a 23-year-old motherfucker? You know what I mean? It's one thing for Teofimo Lopez Jr. and Devin Haney to go at each other, but Teofimo Lopez Sr. is turning to Devin Haney and saying this and this and this, motherfucker. Fuck is wrong with it? I really don't like that guy. And if there's one thing that's gonna bring bad karma to his son, is this motherfucker here, Teofimo Lopez Sr.
Good job, chap. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen, brother. Let's this way, chap.
I was pulling, baby. That's the difference.
Let him go.
Someone has taught you cat, nigga. You cat. You're a cat. You're a cat. You're a cat, nigga. You're a cat. You're a cat. You're a cat. Listen, you're a cat.
Your cap. Anyway, moving away from all that, then we go down the corridor. And this is when Teofimo Lopez Sr. is very stressed out and decides to use the opportunity to attack, because it was broken up by Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn was loving it, by the way. That's why they put the video.
Boy, that's what you talk. That's your boy. That's his boy, bro. That's why he talks like that. That's a pussy right there, bro. I know pussy. I'm from the fucking gutter. I know pussy when I see him. I'm trying to fight you. Bro, we try to fight him for the longest. What, you crazy? Ask Barbera.
He said he's trying to fight him for the longest. You haven't been. Come on, man. You've been dismissing the guy. Stop fucking talking shit. I can't stand this guy, man. He's a liar. I don't like liars, man. And you know, regardless of what you want to think of Devin Haney, whatever, I can't stand this guy. You know what I mean? I really don't like him.
Do you think that he's gonna be my son? I bet you fucking 100 grand right now. I'll tell you like this. Are you kidding me? They don't show up. What are you talking about? We follow my check, we not gonna fight that fucking bum. You're smarter than that, bro. You're smarter than that. Don't disrespect my son. Don't disrespect my son. We came here to see you. Fuck Devin Haney. He's not gonna laugh.
Anyway, listen. So let's move to the tunnel when Devin Haney leaves the scene, and this is what happens behind the scenes.
We get it on, boy. Lil, I already know. I told you to do it. He was talking some dumb shit. Man. He was talking some man, doing all this dumb shit. Man, he's in my blood, all that old dumb shit. Listen, when they be doing all that rah-rah and trying to hype themselves up, you know what time it is. I don't gotta do all that hitting on my chest and do all that shit.
Anyway, it was a good thing. That's the end of it. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.